Hey you guys, in this video I'm going to give the secret recipe for how I curl my locks overnight. First and foremost, you're going to need the holy grail of products, Lotta Body foaming mousse, and some cold wave rods, or they're also called perm rods. You can find them on my Amazon storefront, or you can just go to your local beauty supply and get some. They have a variety of sizes. I tend to use the smaller ones for some tighter curls. You'll also need some hair ties just to section off your hair. I like to work in sections because I have a ton of locks and it just makes it a little bit easier. So of course, section how you like. I just split mine down the middle and then split one half of that side in half again, just so it's easier for me to work. You want to start off by feeding your hair with a little bit of moisture. I just use rose water. This is from a local black owned brand, but you can use literally any rose water you want. Water period, a leave-in conditioner mix. This is also some Jamaican black castor oil. I haven't oiled my scalp in forever. Honestly, y'all, I probably only oil my scalp like once a month. After you moisturize your locks, gather about 1 to 6 maybe. Get a decent pump of Lotta Body foam and coat your locks from the root to the ends with the foam. This is what allows your curls to hold and stay in place. You're going to want to lock the tip of your lock around the foam rod and just continue rolling all the way up until you reach your scalp. And I promise y'all, it's as simple as that. For me, I'm gonna have to do this 100 times, and that's just because I have 100+ locks. I usually do 1 lock per perm rod, but you're welcome to do 2 locks per perm rod. You just kind of sacrifice the tightness of those curls, but they still come out pretty good. Here's the technique up close. Put the tip of your lock on the end of the perm rod, kind of get the very tip curled around, and you're gonna overlap that tip with more of the lock. I'm hoping that you can get a good visual of it from this clip here, and you're just gonna again roll all the way to the root. Now sometimes you will run into a dilemma where the little end cap of the perm rod pops off, and all you have to do is slide the rubber part into that little hole there. Now typically this process takes me about 35 minutes, and that is if I'm consistently doing it all in one go. But this technique we just went over is a technique that you'll be using for your entire head of locks. And just as a review, first you're going to want to section them off. Second, you're going to want to moisturize with whatever water-based product and oils for your scalp if you need it. And then you're going to coat with a Lotta Body foam and roll into the perm rod.
Give me some of your love, 'cause it's on. Turn on the radio, baby, I'll turn you on. Make sure you ready, baby, 'cause I'm down for anything. Tell me when you ready, baby. Having is everything. Tell me when you ready, baby, 'cause you know when it's slow. You ready, baby, you know, yeah, you know, yeah, you know, yeah, you know, yeah, you know, I need it. You ready, yeah, you know.
After pouring all this time into your hair, you're going to want to make sure you can preserve your curls as best as possible. I recommend using a silk bonnet or scarf. I just didn't really feel like fighting my silk bonnet because it is a little on the smaller side, so I just tied a scarf around it. I will warn you now, your sleep will not be the most comfortable. The perm rods are hard as a rock, and if you're a back sleeper like I am, it's going to be quite a challenge to complete. Now, upon waking up, I did have a few fallen soldiers. You can see where the rubber bands are just sticking out. You want to have a light hand when taking these out and use this kind of corkscrew method of unraveling them as opposed to just pulling them out. You're essentially doing what you did to put them in reverse. The takedown process is time consuming as well. I'd say give yourself about 20 to 25 minutes. I've been late to several events due to this very process right here. I just underestimated the amount of time it would take me to take all of them out, and especially because I used 1 perm rod per lock. Now if you did 2 locks per perm rod, you know, it may go by a little bit quicker, and that's all contingent upon how many locks you have, of course. Things that are required super quick usually don't have a lot of longevity, so these curls really don't last that long. I'd say max about 3 days, and still they won't have the same tightness as they will when you first take them out. You will have a straggler or two, some pieces that kind of just gave up throughout the night. I just squished those back into the rest of my hair. Keep the perm rods in a little bit longer if you want more defined curls, or if you use heat on your hair, consider blow drying them for a little bit just so they are completely dry and can adhere to their shape. I wouldn't recommend doing this style every single day just for the sake of product buildup, but it is nice if you want a quick little switch up from your usual, or if you're just craving some volume. When I curl my locks, I typically only wear them down, but you can put it in a variety of styles. The curls just add so much flavor to whatever style you do. And this has been how to curl your locks overnight. Don't hesitate to ask me any further questions, and I'll see you in the next video.